I'm Dr. Laura Guertin. I'm an Associate Professor of Earth Science at the Penn State Brandywine campus.
Okay. And what did you think of the keynote speech earlier today?
It was a lot of fun. It was really inspiring and gave me a lot of new things to think about. And I guess I never really considered the idea of how these incorporating new animation and music, putting it all together, how that might be thought of as a copyright violation, but also that it's a way for students to express creativity. And if we squash that, then we're squashing creativity at the same time. So I'm also involved in the civic engagement program, and how we started with that idea of freedom of writing and expression, and then tying that into technology and rules and regulations. It's just given me a lot to think about.
So you've used technology a lot in the classroom so far. You're one of the champions of this. Tell me what some of the projects you've done have been.
There's been a range of projects. I started at Penn State 7 years ago, and I initially began using Palm Pilots in my classrooms, and allowing students to see that they're more than a way to keep your address and your phone numbers and such, and your calendar. We were using it as a data collection tool during the field courses when I would take the students to the Delaware shoreline, and we would use it to conduct oceanographic surveys, or even to go to the cemetery across the street from campus to collect tombstone weathering data. And I've expanded from there, now adding tools such as GPS and using iPods and Google Earth. As the technology changes, so does my application of it in the classroom.
And what has the students' reception been to this technology? Have they been excited about it?
Skeptical? Students have been very excited. It's very interesting to hear how they're bragging about using the technology in the classroom. Not only to their peers on my campus, but to peers at other universities as well. I had a student I remember once telling me she called her friend that was at Northwestern and saying, "I'm using Palm Pilots in my classroom," or "I'm using iPods." And they were complaining they weren't using it at their school. So the students really feel they have a cutting edge here, that they're getting an advantage and moving above their peers in what they're learning in the classroom.
Great. And where do you see this going? I mean, we've made a lot of progress in getting technology out to make it available to everybody, but where do you see this going in the next 2-5 years?
And that's the question, I guess, because I don't know where the technology itself is developing too. I think there's going to be a lot more integration in the classroom. I do think students are going to be very open and receptive to it. I think the key for myself as an instructor is to make sure that they have sound skills and effective communication skills, presentation skills, and using this technology. And to get them to think also of creative ways that they can use it to try to communicate a message, promote a cause, whatever it be. So it's not enough just to use the tool as a toy, but also to use it for the next professional level that they move into.
And what's your presentation about today?
I am presenting on how I've used the Digital Commons technology, which is the video audio recording studio that is expanding onto all the Penn State campuses. And I'm talking about how with my introductory level Environment Earth class, which is a science class for non-science majors, since all students at Penn State have to take science courses before they graduate. But I wanted them to see how they could use technology to effectively communicate what they were learning about science. And so some of the projects I'll talk about is how we went to a state park located near the school, and to help their outreach and education mission, we created an enhanced podcast of some of the biodiversity in the park. I'll talk about Penn State's Solar Decathlon competition. We visited Penn State's first entry in the Solar Decathlon in fall 2007, and how we used iPods with microphones and GPS to document the Solar Decathlon and put that into Google Earth. And the final project is one where students could be really creative in terms of the content and how they use the technology. And they actually entered their multimedia projects into the Student Conservation Association's multimedia contest.
Great. Was there anything else you'd like to add today?
I've been impressed so far. It's only halfway through the meeting, and I've already picked up so much information that I'm looking forward to incorporating into my courses this fall. So I'm very much looking forward to the second half of the day, and hopefully we'll get some more information and some more useful tips from all the presentations here that will benefit my students in the end.
Thanks very much.